As a feminist, I'm sex-positive, egalitarian, and a humanist, and I want to address all gender discrimination we find, regardless of who it affects or where it stems from.
Then what's the point of calling yourself any of those things? I mean, if you're just gonna face down evil, then just face down evil. You don't really need a label to do that.
Well, feminists believe. No, I don't, and I don't appreciate your prejudiced generalizations.
But, but you didn't even let the straw man finish talking. He could have accurately explained exactly what feminists believe. Well, okay. I mean, it's your video.
Well, most feminists believe. Feminism is a large, multifaceted, and diverse movement with a diverse range of opinions and sub-movements, many of which disagree with or even actively dislike each other. Assigning specifics to the movement, other than the most basic definitional ones, is problematic and inherently fallacious.
Oh, I saw what you did there. See, what you did there was you set up a no true Scotsman fallacy for me to just throw out like fucking ninja stars. Okay, let me explain something. A lot of people try to do, but I catch bullshit. All right, language does not bend to your arbitrary whim. Okay, it doesn't. You can say that feminism is multifaceted, it means different things to different people. Well, if that's the case, then it defeats the purpose of the word feminism itself. It completely defeats the purpose of a word. If a word means something different to different people, then it ceases to be a word to begin with. If a symbol means something different to everybody, then it defeats the purpose of it being a symbol to begin with.
Well, most feminists, in my experience, believe anecdotal confirmation bias, but insert prominent feminist here, said the one thing, and they don't speak for me. Feminism isn't hierarchical that way.
I beg to differ. A lot of girls love to refer to Lacey Green as their go-to feminists who espouse nonsense. And then there's Anita Sarkeesian, you know, one of the greatest con artists who has ever existed. Then there's Jermaine Greer. Get that shit out of here. Feminism is pretty freaking hierarchical.
Well, why do they call it feminism? Click the link in the description, and excuse me, but I care about addressing relevant questions like how do we reach gender equality.
All right, give me a second. Let me go follow the link, and then I'll be right back to go see who you are. So let's go to that video.
Hi everybody, it's Tuesday here at the Breakfast Club. I'm Steve. How's it going?
I've already responded to you. I mean, get out of here. Get out of this video response. Anyway, back to you. What was that thing you just said a second ago?
Excuse me, but I care about addressing relevant questions like how do we reach gender equality.
Well, wait. Let me get this one straight. If you care more about addressing the issues, then it wouldn't matter whether or not you were called a feminist or an MRA or a saber-toothed tiger. I mean, if you are more focused on solutions, why even contest over the definition of a multifaceted word that means different things to different people? If your greatest gripe is against gender inequality, then why do you need a label to begin with? See, the whole point of labels, my friends, is to get across a point of view with one word. That's the whole point of a sentence, is to get across a collective idea that lots of people have, or to show your affiliation with an organization. If you're going to wear a label and you are not affiliated with majority of the organization or majority of the ideology or whatever the label is supposed to define, you have defeated the purpose of the label to begin with. If you're a feminist and you don't adhere to the feminist ideology, you have defeated the purpose of being called a feminist to begin with. And if you don't think it's important, I don't understand why you're contesting it to begin with.
Learn you some understanding there, people. Ding. Feminism is a poisoned word, only because everyone isn't skeptical enough through the whole chain I just took us through.
Actually, I would say because everyone understands that it is cultural Marxism in disguise who seeks to demonize masculinity and make a bunch of insecure women on top of them, including the women who don't want to have anything to do with them to begin with. I mean, I'm just saying.
But why do you treat MRAs differently? To quote my friend Ian on the 515, the men's rights movement does have a structured hierarchy.
I smell a hypocrite. There be hypocrites around these parts.
There's been one conference organized by Voice for Men
That was almost attempted to be shut down by a bunch of radical feminists. So, And even then, what does that have to do with anything? I mean, there's been one conference, but there's lots of MRAs who have been actively working in different campuses. So,
Several seminars, all organized by and featuring exclusively those who are either associated with or outright part of a Voice for Men, several protests, all organized by Voice for Men, and several posting campaigns, recurring theme, all organized by Voice for Men.
well, I'm going to say that that's irrelevant to being a men's rights activist. Whether or not a Voice for Men is the biggest platform for MRAs to talk about, it's not the bastion of all MRAs. It's just something that Paul Elam himself came up with. I mean, in all honesty, it's pretty irrelevant as to why you treat MRAs different from feminists when you guys both want the same things, apparently.
I've yet to see even a single MRA, including the handful I respect as people, distance themselves from or even just not explicitly associate themselves with a Voice for Men. So, yes, a Voice for Men does speak for the movement as a whole.
You are such a hypocrite to me. Can't you see? You're doing double think.
And a Voice for Men, all of its most prominent contributors, and especially its founder, Paul Elam, are all unrepentant and indefensible pieces of shit.
You know, I could say that about feminists and the thenewkidd and Lacey Green and Oh Shit Bread and a bunch of other prominent feminists here on YouTube, except it would have no bearing on any argument that I made. I mean, two can play that game, but I'm not going to play that game, because I'm more focused on the stupid shit they say, not the fact that they call themselves feminists. After all, they only call themselves feminists to associate themselves with the collective that is feminism. Otherwise, if they weren't trying to do that, they would not refer to themselves as feminists!
Speaking for myself, I'm still waiting for even a single MRA to make a convincing case to me.
Well, it looks like you're going to have to wait a little while longer because I am not an MRA, but on a serious notion, you mean to tell me that men getting terrible deals out of divorces that most women are, initiating, and the fact that a lot of men don't get to see their children is not convincing enough for you? The fact that more men are incarcerated for the same crimes that women commit is not a convincing argument to you that maybe we should change some things? Is the fact that boys don't even like the fact that they're boys not a convincing argument that maybe we should start trying to teach children to be comfortable with themselves? Not one argument, not one. You've heard nothing that might convince you that maybe we should start talking about how little boys should not be taught how to not rape. Nothing. Nothing. You see, I'm not even an MRA, but even I have enough of the fucking cognitive system or enough of a functioning brain to understand that children in general, both boys and girls, need fucking help and good parents to raise them. But you've heard nothing from MRAs that might make you think that maybe divorce courts are skewed towards women, that maybe the legal system is incarcerating a lot of men for stupid shit. How about manspreading? Let's talk about that one for a second. I know the video's kind of old, but are you seriously telling me you have heard nothing about men's issues that make you think, well, maybe these children might need some fucking help? Get that shit out of here.
So, why do I treat them differently?
Because you're a hypocrite.
Because they're different.
And that, my friends, was a great example of doublethink. So with that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, man, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment box below, and as always, have a great day. I will see you cool cats soon. Adios.